Hey guys, JT here with a quick comparisons video. I'll try to make this quick. I'll try to do it under 5 minutes. of probably two of DHK Hobby's best-selling cars. I got these from GearBest.com, and these are probably some of GearBest's best-selling monster trucks. On the left we have here is the DHK Zombie AE, and here on the right is going to be the DHK Maximus. Now, both of these platforms, although it doesn't look like it, they're similar once I take the bodies off, but there are some differences in these trucks as well. You guys see that, of course, the Maximus on my right is going to be a little bit longer than the Zombie, and you see as far as height-wise, the Maximus is going to sit a lot higher than the Zombie is as well. But they're almost about the same width. The Maximus is going to be a little bit wider than the Zombie is. There's going to be some things that are going to make this a little bit wider than the Zombie, but I'll show that and try to point that out as well. So, like I said, it's going to be quick, but it's not going to be quick. So, right off the bat, some things you guys can see, of course, is the bodies, and then also the Zombie has the wing on it, and the Maximus doesn't. The next thing is going to be the tires. You guys see the tires are almost the same in diameter, but there is a difference in the tread compound. These are a little bit softer than the ones that come on the Zombie. So the Maximus is going to have a softer compound tire, but they both perform well. This is a little bit harder than the Maximus, but their performance of it is still fine on both trucks. This does extend out just a little bit more, if you guys can see that, because of the way the Maximus is constructed. But you guys see there with the bumpers are going to be the same. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these two close, and I'm just going to take the body off. Now, one of the differences with these two trucks is, although they both can run 4S LiPos, the Zombie here comes with a 3S LiPo, and the Maximus comes with two 2S LiPos. So yes, they both do come with LiPos, not the LiPos you kind of see in there, but this comes with I think it was 3,000 milliamp, or it might be 4,000 milliamp 2S LiPo batteries. I can't remember off the bat. And this comes with, of course, a 3S, and it's a 2,600 milliamp LiPo. They're both 20Cs, which is fine there. I mean, they both performed well stock out the box. One thing that I've done to both trucks is I did increase or put a bigger pinion gear on there. You guys can kind of see that up in there with this. I think I just went to a 14 in here, and then I got a 15 in here. I have to double check and see. But performance-wise, there is going to be a difference in performance as well, because although the systems, as you guys see there, they both come with kind of this HOBBYWING, or a lot of the, I think Associated use this as well. This, you guys can see, let's see if we can get this to focus in there. There we go. This SC8 ESC, which is a 100 amp ESC. So they both come with that, and they both come with the same motors, and they both come relatively geared the same out the box. But because one uses a 2S LiPo and the other one, I'm sorry, a 3S LiPo, the other one uses a 4S LiPo, there is going to be a performance difference. There's also going to be a handling difference because the Maximus is a little bit longer. So for me, when I ran these, the Maximus did perform better than the Zombie did. But after I made a couple of adjustments to this, like to the shocks and stuff, it started performing equally as well. You guys see there, you see how these shocks are adjusted. That's kind of how the Zombie was, and it just performed better for me on the Maximus than it did on the Zombie. I actually had to loosen these shocks up to get a little bit better performance out of it, just because of the stance and stuff. But it still performed well. You guys see kind of there some of the differences in the layout. So the motor mounted here is going to be more or less in the center, and then here on the Maximus, you see it's actually mounted here. And here is this fan I was talking about. You can purchase this fan as well if you wanted to put this on your Zombie, but I think that just helps lower the price of the Zombie some. Price differences, I'll put a link in the description. It's going to be about 40-50 bucks at the most price difference. At the time of this video, you can get this for about $250 with the link in there and also the code. You can probably get this for probably about $300, and shipping is going to cost you about 15-20 bucks, which is still good coming from overseas. and that's going to be kind of an expedited shipping as well. So there's probably different options out there, but you guys can look at that. But you see that most of the parts, many of the parts are kind of shared. You guys see the shock towers there. Of course, the shocks are the same. Move this up to the front a little bit. These chassis plates that they have on these, you guys see there is almost the same in a way, except for this was going to be constructed a little bit differently than the one that's on here. But most of the similarities are going to be the same. They both do come with, as you guys see there, it comes with sway bars here. Ignore that leaf, ha ha ha. Sway bars front and rear. And the parts, as far as the A-arms and stuff, they are interchangeable with the front. So basically what that means is if you break a set of A-arms and you buy 2 A-arms for this, you can use them on the front or the rear, and that's for both trucks, not just for one. So I'm going to flip these over real quick. So looking at the bottom of the chassis, they would almost look the same, except for you see this has the screws here where this motor is mounted on the Zombie, and of course it's mounted more or less towards the front on the Maximus, which is good. And of course I put that J Concepts chassis protector on here, trying to keep the chassis looking pretty and nice. So you see kind of the similarities somewhat between there, but you see that the Maximus is a little bit longer than the Zombie. So there are differences between the two. Now, as far as which truck would be the best to buy, now, as far as which truck is better, this is where it's going to get interesting. Now, for me and how I've run it, the Maximus did perform a little bit better than the Zombie. I had to make some minor adjustments to the Zombie just to help with the performance, but I didn't like put money into it to help with, I guess, the handling of the truck. I just adjusted the shocks and stuff some on this. But I do recommend, if you get either truck, to go ahead and gear up. This out the box was fine, even with the included pinion gear, because it does have 4S LiPo that's running through it. But with this one, I did put a 15-tooth pinion gear, and I'm going to try a 16. I think that'll get me right at the performance that I want for this. So it's going to be kind of give or take. The Zombie's going to be a little bit cheaper than the Maximus, and then the Zombie, you only have to run 1 LiPo, unless you can find, if you're going to run 4S, you can find a 4S LiPo, or you can get 2 LiPos, of course, and run them in series. And with the Maximus, you're going to need to have 2 LiPos with this, which is not a deal breaker. I mean, you can run 1 4S LiPo, but you'll have to get a looper for the ESC, which is, to show you this is going to be a little bit different how they did this ESC here with this one. You see the way they soldered these on there, whereas with the Zombie, it's just these 2 wires connecting in. So if you're just going to run 1 LiPo on it, it's going to make it a little bit unbalanced, but you can get the looper to put on this end and then just connect your 4S LiPo in there with that. So as far as which truck is the best, I like both trucks. I'm not even going to lie. When I think about these trucks, I think about as far as other 8-scale trucks that are out there on the market. You know, Losi just released their 8-scale truck. Arrma's got their line of RC cars as well. Traxxas has theirs, and the list kind of goes on and on and on and on. And the price range varies too for each one of those. These trucks are going to cost you about $300. And like I said at the time of this video, the price could go up again, but they're going to cost you about $300. They come ready to run out the box. Now, neither one of these trucks are 6S capable out the box. You can run 6S if you want to, but I just don't recommend it. I mean, if you want to get a 6S running 60, 70 mile per hour truck, go ahead and spend the extra couple $100 and get one of the Arrma trucks. There's the Losi truck. There's several trucks out there that are designed to run 6S. These are kind of designed to run either 3 or 4S on them. You can gear them up, and you're going to get fine performance with that. This goes a little bit over 40 miles per hour, which is fine if I geared it up. I'm pretty sure I can probably squeeze about 50 out of here if I was going to try to do a speed run with it. But I think how this is out the box, it's been fine for me. I've had E-Maxes and stuff, and the performance for me is kind of on the same level of that. The durability is going to be a little bit better. And it comes with aluminum chassis and stuff like that. And those E-Maxes are going to cost more. I think the Brushless E-Max is running for $599. The armor cars, the 8 scale cars, are $499. The low C is $569, almost $600 or something. So you got to think about your budget and what you're going to do and how you're going to run these cars. There is places out there where you can buy parts for them. RC Hobby Explosion, Derek, thanks again. Big thumbs up for you for that. So if you were to wonder about parts, you can find parts for this because they did have just about all the parts in stock for both of these trucks. So as far as which one I like the best, I kind of like them both, like I said before. I like the look of the Zombie, and it's handling a lot better since I've done some adjustments to it. But I also like the look of the Maximus, and it performs well as well. So it's kind of which one you like the most. And, you know, if you want to get the Zombie, just go ahead and run a 4S in it. Go ahead and, you know, do some minor updates to it. And it'll perform as far as speed-wise just like the Maximus. The Maximus just is going to handle a little bit better from my driving and my experience than the Zombie is. But the Zombie could get there too. I mean, it's just going to, you have to put just a little bit of work into it. But both cars, I think, are good. And I don't think you can go wrong with either one because they're very durable. I've seen people run them and they haven't broken anything. And I haven't either. I've run these cars and I haven't broken anything on them. So I'm not going to take too much time. I know I said short and it's going into about 11 minutes now. So anyway, guys, I'll put some links in the description of some of the places. I'll try to find out the chassis protectors and put that as well in case you guys want to get it for these cars or something else. I'm going to run these cars together at some point in time real soon so you guys can see the performance between the two. So as always, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget, stay tuned for more videos, and thanks for watching.